After 42 seasons at UH Manoa, Rainbow Wahine volleyball coach Dave Shoji announced his retirement today. Rob DeMello joins us with details. Rob?
Well, Joe, to call it the end of an illustrious era would serve as a severe understatement, where after over 4 decades, Dave Shoji rides off into the sunset with one of his all-time greats, Robin Amos Santos, following in his footsteps. Stunning double announcement was made this afternoon as Shoji, with wife Mary by his side, said that the time was right and has no regrets from the legendary career that has 1,202 victories, 4 national championships, and 13 Coach of the Year honors. Now, Shoji, who is currently receiving treatment for prostate cancer, says that Amos Santos being the selection makes it easier to step away, while his former player, who now follows the icon, takes great pride in being the one to carry on for Shoji.
It's been a hard week because obviously after 42 years, there's a lot of emotions when you step away from something like this, something that we love and we cherish. And so it's been a tough week, but like I said, we're in a good place. We feel really good about the decision to hire Robin Amos Santos, and we just wish her the best, and we'll be here to support her, and just looking forward to the next phase of our lives.
Dave left a legacy, and it's going to be hard to fill his shoes. He's just a once-in-a-lifetime coach. So I'm scared and nervous, but excited. I'm looking forward to this journey, however long it takes, and I'm there, but I'm looking forward. I'm scared, excited, and, I'm looking forward to it.
Now, later in sports, we'll have much, much more from today's big announcement. Plus, we'll take you to the gridiron for day 1 of UH football spring training camp. Joe, back to you.
Thanks, Rob. The end of a remarkable era in Hawaii sports and an emotional one for so many people. Dave Shoji influenced the lives of his players both on and off the court. Manolo Morales joins us with that part of the story. Manolo?
Joe, everyone knew that he would be stepping down soon, but the announcement today still tugged at the heartstrings of those who got to know the coach, and there were a lot of them. Coach Shoji wanted to make the announcement with his wife Mary sitting next to him, and the emotion still raw when I asked about her reaction when he made his decision to retire.
I think I felt relieved. I think as this day has gone on, it's become very emotional for sure. But that's, to be expected when you've vested your life as many years as both of us have, and especially him.
Former players are still in disbelief that he's actually leaving.
That's a little bittersweet. He's just a legend in his own time, and here in Hawaii, he's done so much for the growth of the sport.
They say his name and Wahine volleyball have become synonymous as far back as they can remember. They are grateful to have been a part of a sisterhood that was led by someone who commanded so much respect.
In retrospect, I'm so grateful for that that learned ability to fight, to work hard, to just be really focused in and zeroed in on a goal and take it for 5 years of your life.
Some of his greatest players have also become coaches and even athletic directors. They tell me their experience with Shoji has been invaluable.
Playing for somebody that was that great of a coach and then becoming a coach, he just showed so much knowledge of the game, and that's something that you hope to learn as a coach.
He has made a tremendous impact on, I guess, my style of coaching, and who better to learn from than Dave Shoji?
Current players are just proud to be a part of his legacy.
It's a huge honor to say that we were coached by Dave, one of the most successful coaches in the history of the sport, and we're going to miss him. He was a great coach, a great man.
And replacing him was no easy task.
You're right. It's not an easy thing to do, and that's part of the reason 2 years ago I really thought about, did I really want to apply for this job? Because it's a tough call to make.
Now, it's still not clear when the transition will happen. That's because Amos Santos is still tying up some loose ends on her current job. But we will update you on when she officially starts. Manolo Morales, KHON 2 News.
Coach Shoji's career reads like a highlight reel of its own, with accomplishments that are unlikely to be matched. Howard Deshefsky breaks down Shoji's career by the numbers. Howard?
Yeah, Joe, for all that Coach Dave has accomplished, it's those intangibles he'll always remember: the travel, the laughs with his girls, of course, the many lifelong friendships. But then, as you say, there are those numbers, the ones that put an indelible stamp on an amazing journey.
It's a career that's almost impossible to wrap your head around, so what better place to start than at the beginning with win number 1. It came inside the venerable Clum Gym back in 1975. A then 28-year-old coach who could have never imagined he would turn a 1-year-old program into a national powerhouse, and it would happen quickly. In Shoji's first 4 years at the helm, he would lead the program to 2 national title matches before breaking through in 1979, when the Wahine earned a 5-game victory over Utah State to claim the university's first ever team national championship. And it was only the beginning of what was yet to come. In 1981, he became UH's first full-time coach for a women's program and responded by leading the team to its 2nd national title. And then he repeated the feat the following year, becoming the first ever school to win back-to-back NCAA championships. The program's 4th national title came in 1987 with the sweep of Stanford. While that 5th national title remained elusive, the numbers and the accolades continued to pile up for the coach that never had a losing season. He would become a 14-time Conference Coach of the Year, an 11-time Regional Coach of the Year, and an inductee into the Hawaii Sports Hall of Fame. And the wins? Well, they just kept piling up, and few were any bigger than a 4-set win over New Mexico State in 2009, when Coach Shoji notched career win number 1,000. And finally, this past season, which we now know was his final season, the silly string would be shooting again with win number 1,200.
Seems forever young, doesn't he? Coach Dave closes out his amazing 42-year-old ride again with 1,202 total wins. Not bad for a guy who spent 2 years in the Army before coming back to Hawaii to coach the boys and girls volleyball teams at Kalani High School. Joe?
Thanks, Howard. I'd forgotten in his early days as coach, with that haircut, he looked like he could have been one of the Beatles. Dave Shoji took a leave of absence in December after announcing he's battling prostate cancer. Shoji told us today he's going through treatment right now and that he feels fine. And when asked what he will do with his time now, he said he has a lot of things to keep him busy.
You know, my golf handicap's risen to 10. I intend to get that under 10 now. You know, we've got grandkids in South Carolina. You know, we intend to see them more. There's things that we're going to do to keep occupied, trust me. But there's always the honey-do list, right? So.
As in, honey, do this, honey, do that? We first told you about Dave Shoji's retirement through a push alert. To get them, download our free KHON2 mobile app.